been a beautiful day here in Central Virginia, but it's just a tease before a massive winter storm rolls in. Thanks for joining us here at 7:30. I'm Bill Fitzgerald. Chief Meteorologist Zach Daniels outside with what you need to know for this weekend, especially when it's all going to start, Zach.
Yeah, Bill, the only thing that's really changed is the whole area is now under a winter storm warning, and that does not reflect any change in the expected impact from the storm. It's just that we're that much closer to it, so the watch has been upgraded to a warning. Let me start you off there. It's just a big old pink map because it's everybody here in Virginia, and we are not alone. Look at all of those states that are covered up by winter storm warnings. The areas in purple down to the south, those are ice storm warnings, and we could easily have had an ice storm warning for parts of Virginia. In fact, I kind of expected that, but the winter storm warning kind of covers it. Multiple precipitation elements, all resulting in almost impossible travel conditions at times. All right, there's the Arctic cold front. It'll be entering Virginia here shortly, and it'll move through Richmond later on tonight. Man, you will know it when you get up tomorrow morning. Here comes the precipitation. This will not arrive until after dark tomorrow here in Central Virginia. There's a look at the cold weather alert that we have that's been issued. It's a cold weather advisory. This will be for wind chills behind the Arctic front for tomorrow in the range of 5 below to 5 above. So if you're going to be out and about tomorrow, man, limit your time outside. It is going to be really, really cold. Here's a look at your forecast for the rest of this evening. We'll have temperatures falling down below freezing by 11 o'clock and in the teens by tomorrow morning. We'll look at that forecast. I'll show you what to expect from this winter storm in just a few minutes.
Trying to stay ahead of this winter storm, Dominion Energy crews are preparing for what could be widespread power outages this weekend. The utility company says ice will be the biggest problem for keeping the lights on. Our AJ Nwoko shows us how crews are getting ready.
The first one's in and last one's out.
On a mild Friday in late January.
It's going to be busy, that's for sure.
Line workers like Cole Shornack prepare for temperatures to drop and snow and ice to fall as he performs one final check for supplies. Tools necessary for a job he says is filled with a lot to hate.
We want the lights back on just as bad as y'all do, because it's cold inside the house and it's cold outside as well.
But also a lot to love.
Honestly, my favorite thing is getting lights back on.
And widespread outages are all but expected in the aftermath of what is likely to be a significant winter storm.
The snow is one thing, but it's the ice that becomes more problematic. The snow is going to begin, late Saturday, and then we're expecting it to turn to ice midday Sunday, and to start seeing outages, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening.
Dominion spokesperson Craig Carper says it's an all-hands-on-deck situation for the energy company as they finish drawing their game plans for what recovery following the storm looks like. Already, he says, line workers like Cole are asking for patience.
It's going to be very cold over the next week. The governor held a press conference yesterday telling everyone that, it could be a couple of days before secondary roads are drivable.
That's just one location in Henrico. About 20 Dominion bucket trucks and a crew of line workers for each one sit ready to deploy out of a salted parking lot. Carper says what will make the storm more difficult isn't just the outages, which they'll be able to digitally map and track, but what those systems can't show.
We don't have a lot of granular detail. We don't know, for instance, if there's a downed tree blocking your street, any kind of, damage or wire. The roads have to be passable for a truck to get by and restore power and do the work.
He says Dominion and their line workers are relying on the public to report as much specific information as possible to help them navigate power restoration.
Knowing that in advance before we get to the scene does speed up the process.
In addition to staying off the roads and avoiding any down power lines, Carper says the best thing you can do now is to download the Dominion Energy app and start charging some of those electronic devices you have ahead of the storm. Another good tip is to go ahead and download the CBS 6 weather app so you can keep up to date on the forecast. That'll do it for now. Here in Henrico, AJ Nwoko, CBS 6 News.
And there's some preparations you can take at home today. Home inspectors recommend clearing the snow off your roof and cleaning your gutters so when the ice melts, it drains away from your home. And to prevent a burst pipe, keep your faucets dripping inside. Outside, keep them covered to avoid a pricey water leak. Plus, if you do lose power, don't try to use something like a propane heater or generator inside your home. Inhaling the fumes could be deadly. Top state officials say the incoming storm is bringing more than just a weather event. It could lead to price gouging and health impacts. Our Tyler Lane spoke with the Attorney General and State Health Commissioner today about how you can protect your wallet and your well-being.
As Virginians stock up on supplies to weather the storm, the state's top law enforcement official has an important message.
If any citizen in Virginia feels like they are being taken advantage of, if the price is too high, if they feel like someone is charging that because of the storm, they should contact our office by phone or by email.
When Governor Abigail Spanberger declared a state of emergency, it triggered the Commonwealth's anti-price gouging laws. They're meant to protect consumers from having to pay outrageous prices for essentials like water, ice, food, generators, and more. And Attorney General Jay Jones says his office is prepared to enforce those laws.
We have staff ready to go who are waiting to jump into action if someone reports it. And so we'll be working all weekend. We'll be there for people 24/7.
And what should retailers know?
To charge the same prices, to not try to take advantage of our consumers.
The best test to determine whether a price is unconscionable is to compare it to the price for the same goods or services in the 10 days prior to the emergency.
And has your office received any complaints so far since the emergency declaration was put into place?
We are assessing everything that's coming in. We are making sure that we are being dynamic and responsive.
Now, state leaders want you to not only protect your wallet, but also your well-being.
I think people need to think of it beyond just being a severe weather event and think of it as also an event that can really impact their health.
State Health Commissioner Dr. Cameron Webb says to charge your communication devices and medical devices if you have them, along with backups. Fill your prescriptions now and think about organizing a personal preparedness kit.
If you had to leave quickly, what do you need? What do your kids need? What do your pets need? What should be in that go bag, if you will, of things that you're taking with you to make sure that you're prepared?
What's unique about this storm as well is not only could there be a lot of snow, but ice in addition to that. And that, of course, creates a whole other set of risk factors.
You know, I'm a hospitalist by background. I take care of patients. And a lot of times we're seeing folks who suffer fractures because they weren't expecting to step out on some ice. So we want people to be really careful. That's why we're saying stay indoors if you can. If you must go outdoors, make sure your footwear has really good traction.
If you do have a health emergency during this weather event, is it your expectation that healthcare facilities will continue to be staffed and operating in the event of maybe a power outage, or like we even saw in Richmond last year, a water outage?
What I know is that they've been doing everything in their power to prepare, and they've really thought through the range of scenarios on high alert for the last several days to make sure that they're properly staffed and they have the resources they need. They're preparing for every eventuality.
We're going to post more information about how you can file a price gouging complaint and information about what VDH here is encouraging the public to do ahead of this storm on our website at WTVR.com. In Richmond, I'm Tyler Lane for CBS 6 News.
As we brace for the storm, Richmond leaders are asking anyone who lives or works in the city to sign up for Richmond Ready Alerts, the emergency alert system designed to keep people informed about potential hazards. You can sign up for alerts online by going to rva.gov and then selecting Richmond Ready Alerts. From there, select Richmond Ready Alerts a second time, then fill in your information to create an account. And don't forget to include your phone number so you can actually get the alerts. The next step is to verify your location. You don't have to put in your address to get the alerts. The next step is to select which type of alert you want to get, such as weather or community safety. After that, save your selections and you're finished. You can get alerts through your cell phone, landline, or email. If the power goes out, you can still stay connected 24/7 with CBS 6, your weather authority. Download our app to get the latest weather alerts, forecasts, and breaking news right at your fingertips. Or take your streaming device with you wherever you go. That way you'll never miss important updates. Scan that QR code on your screen or visit WTVR.com to download the app now.